Alright, I got word that the next run is now fully ready, so Mike, take it away.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the second run of Speedromizer for the day. My name is Jaegan, and I'll be running Pokemon TCG for the Game Boy Color for you. Joining me on commentary is my teacher, Yapikora. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi there, yeah, it's me, Yapikora from Finland, and yeah, I've been running this game for about a year now, and yeah, I've been showing off in marathons, even though I'm not that good, but now it's fun to teach it to you, so let's see how it goes.
Awesome. Well, this game is a truly wonderful game, full of lots of RNG, and since it's almost entirely RNG, I think we should go ahead and get started. So I think we'll go ahead and do that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Right, usually there is this tutorial section to this game where you play like a practice match against a professor in the lab, but we're allowed to skip that. It's in the speedrunning rules that you can skip that and just add 8 minutes to the clock, which makes it also a little bit easier to show in the marathons. Sometimes when there's no commentary, you can just play the practice to explain all the rules and such for the trading card game and how the game works on the GBC, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I just had to do a whole bunch of menuing at the start here, so I wanted to get through that. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and talk a little bit about how the trading card game actually works, so that people know what they're looking at.
Yeah, so if anyone has played the trading card game in real life, the game works exactly the same in this game, but you always have to put a basic Pokemon in the play area, and your opponent does the same, and then you have Pokemon on the bench, which you can call out after.
Great first fight.
That's a excellent first fight. So in this game, we aim to win the opponent by defeating all of their Pokemon before they can put more Pokemon on the bench, because there are 3 winning conditions actually. The first winning condition is that you take out all the prizes, which is you draw 1 prize card for each Pokemon you defeat, and there are 4. Actually, there are sometimes less, but 4 or 6 prize cards depending on the opponent. And yeah,
there we go.
That's a great start.
That's a great second fight. Yeah, fantastic first 2 fights.
What you just witnessed was 2 matches of Pokemon trading card game in a row.
Yeah. Very perfect. So now we're moving on to the 3rd trainer over here, and this is Brittany. And Brittany can be very rough.
Exactly.
Her deck has a lot of random stuff in it, so it's hard to get good type matchups. We'll send out Magmar here. Tiglet's good if she doesn't send anything out. Okay. This might be fine, actually. When we say good type matchups, this works kind of like normal Pokemon, where most things have something they're strong and they're weak to. Wow, another fantastic fight. This is crazy. This never happens. So if something is weak to a type that you're using, so types are just based on the Pokemon itself and not like what moves they're using or anything, so Magmar is always fire type there. So if I fight something that's weak to fire, like a lot of Grassmons, you'll do double damage. But resistance works a little bit differently.
Yeah, resistance is always minus 30 damage. Exactly.
Yep, which is really interesting and has a lot of strange things that happen because of that in the run. I'm not even gonna bother attacking here. Ooh. I mean, Magneton's still fine. It's not great. Turns out I should have attacked the first turn, but you don't really expect them to evolve to Magneton turn 2. That's very rare.
It's still a very quick fight. These first fights have been so quick.
That's amazing. This is crazy RNG. Like, I've never had the first 4 fights go this well. Like, so normally what happens in these runs is that we see a lot of bad stuff at the start of a trainer, and then we reset. We tend to do a lot of resetting during this run. You just haven't seen it yet because I haven't needed to, which is so not normal that I'm not sure what to tell you. So I will probably end up doing that more as the run goes on here. But so far, this fight's looking pretty fine so far, so we're going to keep going.
Yeah, so if you don't know how Pokemon trading card game works, each player has 60 cards in their deck, and they consist of basic Pokemon, evolved Pokemon, trainers, and energy. Basic Pokemon are the Pokemon you can put on the bench or as active Pokemon right away. And evolved Pokemon you need to put on top of those basic Pokemon. And then, well, trainers are those kind of like spell cards from other card games. They have various different effects. And the route...
Yeah, we're putting a bunch of trainer cards into our deck right now. This is one of the first menus early in the run, where we get to add some of those trainer cards to our deck. We get them randomly throughout the run as we're opening packs after beating trainers. We didn't get a good or a great set of trainer cards there. We'd like to see more card draw, more Professor Oaks, more Bills, things like that. But it's not too bad.
Yeah, exactly. This route starts with the Charmander and Friends deck, which is
keep this
great for it has fire Pokemon, which are good for the first grass type gym, and then it has Diglett and Dugtrio, which is great for the gym we are doing kinda second. We don't fight the first gym's leader before later in the game, but we start with the Lightning Gym because we have the Digletts and Dugtrios, which are very effective in this game. Diglett can hit for 30 damage on their second turn, and yeah, against electric Pokemon, it's going to be double because they are weak to fighting, or because ground, rock, and fighting are combined into one typing, so that's a very good advantage here.
Okay, yeah, I did end up having to win that fight on treasures, but it was pretty fast because I could one-shot all the Pokemon, so I ended up keeping that. Okay, hey, we're gonna reset, finally. For the first time. I really want to see Diglett here in my starting hand, so I will probably... Oh my god. Charmander and Fire Energy sets. I've actually never seen a hand quite like that. Which is things that I say a lot when I play this game, where I'm like, oh, I've never seen that before. I get one of those like pretty much every run. I don't super like this, but I'm gonna see what Oak gives me.
Yeah, at this point we have done some deck building in the form that
oh my gosh,
we've built this Diglett and Charmander deck, which should serve us until the third gym, which will be the Water Gym. We will take down the Lightning Gym, and then we will go and fight the leader of the Grass Gym, and after that we'll go into the Water Gym.
Yep. Okay, so we finally got Diglett. It's just kind of not worth it generally, at least in my experience, to try and start with Charmander or Magmar on this fight, since everything is just weak to fighting, and also, like, you just do so much more damage, right? With my Firemons, I'll typically be doing maybe 30 damage a turn, and with Diglett, I'll be doing 60. So it's just faster to kind of reset and get Diglett. He also resists damage, so I don't really have to worry about dying. Yeah, there's just kind of a bunch of reasons why it's genuinely good to reset for Diglett there, in my experience.
One of them being also that gym leaders cheat. All the gym leaders, your rival and the final four, they cheat. They always have 2 basic Pokemon in their first hand, which means there is a very high chance that if you're going with a Charmander, you're going to have a bad time. Oh no, we have Dugtrio for the first time, and you can see why this is so used. Dugtrio has Earthquake, which is 4 energies but 70 damage, and it's doubled on the electric Pokemon.
Yep, so yeah, against anything that's not resistant to Earthquake, you one-shot most things in the game, to be honest with you. There's not too many things that resist it. So yeah, Dugtrio, we change our deck quite a few times during the run, but Dugtrio is the Pokemon that we use the most as our main, because it's just so strong. So we did end up winning that one on prizes again, but this is a truly insane first split. This is my best first split that I've ever had on any run in this game ever.
Yeah, I think for me too. I think my bests are like somewhere above 10 minutes.
That was, that was on the order of like probably like 3.5, 4 minutes better than I've ever done that split before. That was crazy RNG.
Yeah, we had to visit Ishihara's house because the next gym leader was there just hanging. I have no idea why, but she was there, so we had to tell them to get back to work. And we also... Yeah. Yep,
we're moving on to the grass gym now. We just grabbed her from Ishihara's house. So much like in the previous gym where I'm like, I really want Diglett. Again, this is the grass gym, so I really want either Charmander or Magmar at the start here. There's also the side effect of Diglett being weak to grass. So he dies to a stiff breeze, basically. So we're really looking for one of our fire mons to get this fight started. There we go.
Magmar is great.
Yep, Magmar is fantastic here. The only quote-unquote problem with Magmar is that his first attack that he can use is 2 energy, so I didn't get to attack on the first turn.
And only 50 health, which makes a bit fragile.
A bit squishy for sure, but we got full heal to deal with Paralyzed there, so now we get to do Fire Punch. I think everything in this gym is weak to fire, so I get to pretty much one-shot almost everything in the gym now, as long as I get to attack. I probably don't have a full heal, so we just kind of have to wait out sleep at this point. That's unfortunate. If I would have woke up last turn, it would have been a 2-mon fight, which would have been crazy. We'll use Bill here.
Now you're getting the Dugtrio you didn't really need here.
Yeah. Oh no, not Oak! That's... unfortunate. Please don't put down more Pokemon. Wow, they didn't draw any more Pokemon with Oak. That's wild.
That's very good RNG because Provoke draws you 7 cards from the deck, so...
Alright, another good split. Like, we're crushing this run. This is going amazingly. So, we're done with 2 gyms. And we're on to the water gym next.
Yeah.
Although we do have to go through our first rival battle here. Like the early Pokemon game, every Pokemon game, you fight your rival multiple times. Ronald, these are the only fights in the game. Magmar is not what you like to see here, but... so your fights against Ronald during the story are the only fights during the run that you don't have to win.
You might have to win, Ronald, now.
I might have to win.
No,
being being a jerk sometimes, but yeah, well, it'll take a couple turns, and...
I've had a couple runs where I've just decided, okay, I now have to kill Ronald, because, they've just had such bad RNG themselves that they can't...
Yeah, it's awful when you get, like, a Kangaskhan lead from your rival, and Kangaskhan can't attack you until it has, like, 4 energy or something, so...
Yeah.
It's truly awful for speedrunning purposes. But we got Squirtle there. Unfortunately, he didn't draw a water energy in turn 1, so he can attack us, but he does double damage to Magmar, so once he did get a water energy, we went down relatively quickly. Here, We have to fight three fighting gym trainers. So normally, like, the trainers are in the gyms. The fighting gym trainers are visiting other gyms to, like, train up or whatever. So as we're going through and beating the other gyms, we'll be occasionally fighting the fighting gym trainers along the way, and this is one of them. And this fight can be awful. He summons a lot of high health mons. This kinda sucks. Lots of high health mons. So Magmar has 50 health, which is relatively high for early stuff. I'm gonna have to plus power. Yeah. He also has a Hitmonlee in the back. I didn't look to see how much energy he put on him. Okay, we have an energy removal so that he doesn't...
Hitmonlee can't attack your active Pokemon with 2 because Hitmonlee has 2 attacks. One that's 2 energy but only can hit benched Pokemon, and 3 which then hits the active Pokemon for 50 health, so...
Oh man, that is brutal.
It's like these are the harder ones where you're trying to decide if you want to.
Oh, thank God, Trios will save this.
Yeah, if you want to reset or not, but yeah.
Hitmonchan in the back could have just ended that because Hitmonchan can do 20 damage for 1 fighting energy, and Diglett only had 20 health left. So thank God we drew Dugtrio there to kind of bail us out. Okay, so that fight could have been truly awful. I've reset on this fight, you know, many times. We kind of made it through. All right, not the fastest fight, but it was winnable. That is not the right gym. I'm lost. Try this again. Talking and playing, everybody. Some people make it seem easy, and I make it seem really hard.
Yeah, this is funny. We take the fire and Diglett deck and fight the first fight here in the water gym with it, but it's pretty apparent that fighting Pokemon are very good against this one.
Yeah, we didn't tend to use Diglett here with Magmar and them only having 1 Mon out at the start. That sucks.
I think now it's time to reset.
Now we're resetting. The sleep, and the sleep made it for sure a reset. So the only bad part about running fighting Pokemon on this fight is they like to send out Scyther a fair amount, and Scyther resists fighting. We'll just restart that. So we'll make a lot of decisions early on about, we have no fighting energy, but maybe Bill will come through for us. Alright, and maybe they'll send out Scyther and I just can't damage it, so. Scyther literally can't take damage from Diglett, because of the resistance doing minus 30 damage, and Diglett's strongest attack doing 30 damage means I do 0 damage to it. I would need to evolve into Dugtrio to do damage.
Yeah, she also combos Pokédolls, which are these trainers that you put on your bench that only have 10 HP, and you don't get a prize for beating them. But Wigglytuff's attack does 10 plus 10 for each Pokemon you have on the bench, so yeah, that happens often.
Yeah, so sometimes, it's fine sending out a Firemon if they send out either nothing, really. Poliwag is a little unfortunate. It's more than a little unfortunate, to be honest with you, but we can maybe make this work.
Or no.
Not when you get 2 water energies, then it's over. Water Gun has the weird property of doing more damage per water energy you have, up to a cap. So it does 10 damage with 1 water energy, it does 20 damage with 2. Typically it caps out at 30 for 3, but I think different Mons have different caps. Potentially.
Yeah, it's usually it caps like after 2 extra.
Yeah, I think there's some that where it might start at 20 and go to 40 or something. This is dead. Yep. So here's the flip side of all the good RNG that we've had up until this point in the run. We're just getting pretty unfortunate starts here. Yeah, I do tend to...
Waiting for Skydive. Oh.
Yeah, no. Like, I'll send out a Firemon at the start to see if they lead with Scyther, but if they lead with, like, one of the normal Mons and then send out more normal Mons, man, this is...
This is if you get lucky, if
I
they
get
don't
lucky...
have anything else to put on the bench.
Okay, we're good.
Now it should be a win, yeah.
Yep, okay.
Only a Poliwag and nothing on the bench.
Yep, we can deal with that. It doesn't resist fire, so we get to do full damage to it with Charmander. So we can take it out. So now we're going for a deck switch. I believe there's two different ways you can go about this. I normally just go with Pikachus and Raichu. I believe you can also do Electabuzz here.
Yeah,
I've never really tried the Electabuzz.
But, I haven't tried it.
Okay.
But, yeah, but I think Electabuzz is like more front-loaded, where you can do a bit more damage first, but the Raichu ones are something that, especially against the leader, are usually better.
Yeah, so I tend to, like I said, I tend to go with the Pikachu route, mostly because I just haven't tried the other route. Speaking of other routes, so we're running the Charmander deck here. There is also, I know, a Bulbasaur route.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. I haven't looked into it. I've heard good things about it, but I don't really know anything about it other than that.
Yeah, Bulbasaur might be a bit more consistent because you don't have to expect a Skyther, I think. And then, yeah, you start with the Bulbasaur deck and you immediately remove the Bulbasaur because there is a Hitmonchan in that deck, which makes it a very good one. And then basically the route is that you go around and fight everything that Hitmonchan is strong against, and then start building from there. Because, yeah, Hitmonchan is very, very OP in these games.
This fight ended up being unfortunate, but I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna Spark here, and then maybe evolve next turn.
Yeah, you have the Agility Raichu, that's good.
Yeah, the only unfortunate part about Raichu is your options for doing damage are Agility, which is 20, which is not the best. Like, I can't one-shot Psyduck, so I'm actually going to use Thunder here, but Thunder has a chance to hurt yourself for a lot of damage. Luckily, we didn't there. Just it didn't matter because it was the last Pokemon. But especially on the gym leader, it can be sketchy to hit yourself with Thunder.
Did you get a Skyther earlier?
I didn't see. I normally don't look and just pray. Hopefully hopefully we get one or two, so that we can throw, because yeah, we do use Scyther a bit later in the run, for a handful of fights. This is Spark Chew. Okay, Seal's not too scary because it only has Headbutt, which is 10 damage. Does have a lot of health though. Hopefully it doesn't summon anything great.
Nothing on the bench.
Cool. That's great.
Oh, that's a good Joshua.
Yeah.
Joshua can be annoying because they have a lot of Seedress. And Seedress have this smoke screen which makes you flip a coin if you can attack on your next turn.
Yep. Yeah, anything that uses smoke screen is truly awful. Can really just destroy you. Because yeah, they usually get to attack you every turn for 1 energy cost, and you smoke screen, and then you just have a 50-50 shot of being able to not hit your opponent, which can waste so much time. Especially since, like, that means you miss a turn. Here we go. Here we get to go into the vortex.
Oh boy. Luckily you have potions,
there we go.
But still.
Yeah, we lost the 50-50, so we didn't get to attack Horsey there. We're not gonna use...
She is getting her bench quite full, but
yeah.
Okay, there's 3 on the bench already.
Right. Yeah, or I was gonna say, if I miss that 50-50 with 3 on the bench, there's no way I'm gonna keep going. So yeah, that's the problem is that, like, Horsey just buys so much time for them to summon more Pokemon is really the problem. Because we want to win, not on treasures, we want to empty their bench. awful. Let's energy removal. Actually, that was probably a waste. Okay, this works out.
There's a Raichu in your hand, so that's good.
Yep. If they don't summon anything, we're actually just okay. Yeah, we're just out. As long as I have a lightning energy. Yep. Okay. Sweet. So one thing you can do is if you get statused, evolving a Pokemon removes all statuses on you. So like I got paralyzed there, which normally means I can't attack, but by evolving to Raichu, it clears my paralysis and let me attack this turn and win the fight. So yeah, that was a pretty decent Amy.
Still pretty good with the time.
Yeah, no, this is a very solid run. So yeah, we're on to the Fire Gym now. The interesting thing about the Fire Gym is that we're switching back to Diglett here because he uses a lot of normal type mons.
Yeah, this is a normal type gym with fire spices.
Exactly. Unfortunately, we only have one Dugtrio so far. That's... You hate to see it, really. You really like to get multiple Dugtrios, because ideally you... we're going to want to, from this point on, often evolve into Dugtrio. And so having one in your deck means you just have less chances to draw Dugtrio. And God forbid Dugtrio gets stuck as one of your treasures. Then things are just really sad.
Yeah, because prizes are cards from your own deck, so they can be any card, and if you only have one Dugtrio, it's a very high chance that one of the 6 that you draw there.
Well, this, yeah, no, get me out, get me out. Jesus, I actually don't know that I've ever seen somebody fill up their bench that fast.
Yeah, that happened.
It was like turn 3 full bench, like, oh boy. So this is why there's a flashing lights warning on the game, which should be on the stream somewhere. Because when we mulligan at the start of a fight, you can't start a battle until you have a basic Pokemon to play down. So it forces you to mulligan and redraw your hand. And every time you do that, there's a little flash. And so for a lot of the run, we're only running, you know, 1 or 2, that's unfortunate, 1 or 2 basic Pokemon. So we just have to mulligan until we, you know, draw 7 cards out of a 60 card deck. When do you hit your 1 or 2 basic Pokemon so that you can start the round? Alright, I'm just unlucky. Seeing Tauros at the start with double colorless energy means he can kill you turn 1. That's just the way it goes, and it sucks. We're rolling bad on our 50-50s here. So there's also a coin flip at the start of the round to decide who goes first. Going first is a huge advantage. It's actually massive.
Oh no, that's double edge.
Wow, double colorless into double edge. That is disgusting.
Yeah, you learn to hate chances while running this game. They are just annoying.
Yeah,
And this isn't even like the most annoying appearance of them.
Yeah, they're just HP sponges. Oh my gosh, 3 things on the bench already. Just let me through the HP sponges. I mean, because of the weakness, Diglett can take them out in 2 turns, but alright. We'll do fighting energy into O to see what we get here. Unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, we're really looking for Dugtrio. If we get Dugtrio, like, this fight's free. Like, you just kind of sweep the whole fight. No, we don't need to do that. We can do this so we don't take damage later. Yeah, so we're basically... Yeah, we're set up hoping for Dugtrio now. Otherwise, it's just going to be a bit slow as we work our way through this. Growlithe has 2 energy, but it should need fire energy in order to attack me. So, there it is. There's our boy. There's our boy. And now we click the Earthquake button and we win. That's typically how Dugtrio goes. You click Earthquake and you kill everything, and that's why we use it. So, it's just a matter of fast-forwarding through all the text. Speaking of fast-forwarding, I'm sure everyone has already noticed, but we're using Turbo. because it's allowed by the category, and if you don't use it, it's a good way to get RSI. I did my very first run of this game before I knew that you could use turbo, and I was like, man, this kind of sucks. Like, my hand's gonna hurt playing this game. And then Yape was like, oh yeah, by the way, you can use turbo. And I was like, oh, thank God. Let me figure out how to set it up.
Yeah, you can set it to B, so that you can just go very fast through the opponent's turn.
Yep. So yeah, that's why everything that's flashing by really quickly is just, I'm just holding down turbo B here to save my hands. Okay, so now we go to the Psychic Gym. The Psychic Gym is a truly terrifying gym. So we have to do a really weird thing for this fight, where we put some Rattatas in our deck. You might wonder, why in the world are you putting Rattatas in your deck? You know, you've already got Diglett and Dugtrio. Well, this gym leader has Mr. Mime in his deck, and Mr. Mime has a really interesting ability. So some Pokemons have abilities in this game. You don't get to use them, they're just kind of passive effects. This is something we're going to reset. And Mr. Mime's ability is he can't take damage from attacks that do 30 or more damage. It means that our boy Diglett, who does 30 damage, means he could only dig to hit him for 10. And Dugtrio just can't hit him at all. What am I have a Rattata? Do I have a Diglett? No, we're just gonna reset. Basically, if we have Dugtrio on the field, we just can't damage Mr. Mime, which is why we need Rattatas in our deck. Rattatas can do 20 damage for 1 cost. That's why they're good.
Yeah, and the one mechanic that this game has is retreat cost. You can switch your Pokemon at any time your turn, but you have to pay a retreat cost, and that differs between Pokemon. And the good thing about Rattata and Diglett is that both are free to switch. So basically, sometimes Murray tries to switch in Mr. Mime when you have a Diglett out, so you can freely switch to a Rattata and then deal damage to it.
Yep. So we'll see if that happens here. It's another Kangaskhan. It's just a lot of high health mons going on here, which is unfortunate, but that's just how this fight goes. Like, this is probably my personal least favorite fight in the game. It can just be very annoying because of the Mr. Mimes. They can draw multiple Mr. Mimes, so you can, you know, it's really awful if you're like, I have Dugtrio, they switch to Mr. Mime. I have to retreat Dugtrio, which costs me 2 fighting energy, so I can, you know, switch to Rattata. And then you hit them once with Rattata, and then they switch out their Mr. Mime to Kangaskhan or something. You're like, well, I just hate everything in the world. Like,
yeah, then there's Kadabras, which can do 50 damage with 1 attack. And then there's Alakazam, which can damage swap, which means you take the damage that your active Pokemon has taken and switch it to some of your benched Pokemon, which isn't even that neat until you think about the trainer card called Scoop Up, where you can take one of your benched Pokemon and just throw it back to your hand, which removes all the damage. So, for example, Chansey has 120 HP, you can move 110 damage to one Chansey and then scoop it up. And it's gone.
Yep, so we drew the computer search card there, which allows us to discard 2 cards from our hand and then draw any singular card from our deck. So I use that to just bring Dugtrio in, essentially, so that we could just take the rest of these guys out in one hit.
Domination. Yeah, Earthquake's only bad side is it does 10 damage to all your benched Pokemon, but usually you don't have those, but in this fight it sometimes kicks you in the butt.
Yep, this fight is one of the few times where it really comes into play. Okay. So here we have to do round 2 versus our rival. So the good thing about this fight is that we only have 3 health Pokemon. So it's the least amount of health that we can have. We just have to hope they send out something that can hit us, and that's great.
The heads. That's a quick one.
One of the few times we want our opponents to roll heads, so that we can lose on turn 1. That's fantastic. So we're going to make a short little detour here. we have to go over and talk to this old guy over here because he gives us a Mewtwo card, which is fantastic. We're going to use Mewtwo for some fights later. So we just got Mewtwo, and what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and switch to not Mewtwo. Now it is time to switch to Grass Deck, which hopefully we have... No, we don't. That's super unfortunate. So normally we like to switch into Scyther here. We unfortunately did not get any Scythers, and I haven't learned Scyther Male Manip yet, so we're going to do it with Nidorino. We're just going to see if there's any other trainer cards we want to throw in our deck here. We got some Gamblers. We like Gamblers because they let us draw more cards, and drawing cards is great. Alright. Here we go. We're on to the short grass section of our gym, where we want to get Nidorino on the field as fast as we can. Ooh, okay, this is good. A Rattata with nothing in the back. Please roll heads. Fantastic. Love to see that.
That's great.
One turn fight.
Yeah, Nidorino's attack is great because it does 30 damage, but if you flip tails, then it does nothing.
Yep, so that was...
Now we got a Scyther!
Now we get Scyther? Oh, wow, that is rude. I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna go put it in, because I like running
Yeah, it might
Scyther.
be faster still, yeah.
I don't want to save.
And remember to put those double colors energies if you have.
Yep. Come down. Scyther's just near the bottom here. Come over here.
Ooh, you have 7 of those.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good.
You can only put 4 in your deck, but for whatever reason they treat them like non-energy cards, so you can only put 4 in your deck.
Yeah, they're special energy card.
So we'll put the 4 that we get and hope that we draw them. So Scyther has 2 different attacks. It has Swords Dance for 1 grass energy. That doubles the damage of its attack if you attack next turn. Which, I mean, we'll use it just in case we draw double colorless. And then for 3 energy, it can slash for 30 damage. So if you Swords Dance before that, it'll be 60 damage, which is great. It used energy removal on me, because it's a jerk. So yeah, we're kind of just waiting to get up to 3 energy here. It's using Fighting Mons, which can't hurt us, because Scyther is resistant. So it doesn't attack, which is great. Lickitung is awful. Truly awful. We have full heals, so we can Swords Dance here. Okay, no paralyzed, that's good. We slash for 60, and then you can plus power, that's fine, we don't care. We don't want it to paralyze, but even if it does, it's fine. It didn't, so we get to end the fight. Great.
That's a good one.
That's still a pretty good fight. Okay, so that's the last of the fighting gym trainers. So technically we could go fight the fighting gym leader now, but we saved that till later in the run. What we are doing is fighting the rock gym leader. As you've probably guessed at this point, it's weak to grass. That's why we have Scyther here. So, nice. We have grass and double colors, which means we get to attack on turn 2.
And Jin does not have any normal type Pokemon, I think, so everyone's weak to grass. So that makes this one easy.
We come down here, you hop on our double colorless. Because of Swords Dance, we get to do 120 damage with this slash. And now we get to one-shot pretty much everything that isn't named Onyx. Due to doing 60 damage a turn.
Rhyhorn has the annoying 70.
Oh yeah, Rhyhorn does have 70. Rhyhorn, I forget. I block Rhyhorn from my memory because it's truly one of the worst Pokemon around. It can use Leer for 1 energy, which can stop you from attacking next turn. We didn't see that. We didn't see any more Onyxes. We're done already.
That's great.
Over in a flash. So yeah, that's
plus
crazy.
So 46 minutes at this point. That's great.
Yeah, that was another fantastic split. This has been crazy RNG this run. So now we're going up to the Psychic Gym. So that Mewtwo that we picked up earlier, not the Psychic Gym,
nope.
Science Gym.
Science.
I always get these two mixed up. There's two different Psychic Gyms. There's the Psychic Gym and the Science Gym. So you can forgive me for getting them mixed up, but like, why? There's 8 types of Pokemon in the game. Why are 2 of them Psychic Gyms? I don't understand.
The grass. Science and grass type.
Yeah, okay.
Science has like more poison Pokemon, which makes Mewtwo very good because those poisons, even though they are grass types, they are weak to Psychic.
Yeah. Alright, menuing destroyed my brain there for a second. So I had to think. So do we have... No, I forgot to take the double colorlesses out of my deck, which is unfortunate. I'll have to do that later. I forget about them all the time because they're at the bottom, so I don't normally see them. But that's okay.
Yeah, there's a neat trick you can do with Mewtwo where if you discard any energy cards on your first turn, then Mewtwo's 1 energy ability allows you to take 2 energy cards from the discard pile and attach it to it. So it allows you to use turn 2 Cyburn, which does 40 damage and is very good.
Yep. Yeah, so we love to see that at the start. I mean, it's totally RNG whether you get it or not, but yeah, the golden setup is double Psychic Energy plus literally any other energy card and Oak. If I can see those, I'm super happy. Especially for this fight here, it's really nice to be able to attack on turn 2 because this fight tends to be rather long. We get statused a lot, which can drag out the length of the fight. So being able to attack turn 2 and, you know, just get the fight over with quicker is usually like huge for time.
Yeah. That's a scientist named Rick. Is this a crossover episode?
We're in the vortex now, the status vortex.
Oh boy. 2 Mewtwo.
No, we're done.
Porygon is bad.
Porygon is the worst.
Porygon has this move where they can change their resistance to anything, so they will always change it to the type that you are using.
Hey, this is not a great... Yeah, we're just gonna reset that with no energy in our hand. Yeah, so this is... The statuses can really wreck you on this fight. Pretty much everything on the opponent's team is annoying in some way, shape, or form. You hate seeing a Mewtwo lead. It means you're gonna get probably blasted turn 2. Yep, there it is. Which means I'm basically dead, which is really bad. Doesn't technically mean we lose, but it's... Okay, coughing is fantastic. Don't put anything in. Unfortunate. Actually, we will Defender here. In case they have something that can attack me next turn. Like Grimer. Fantastic. So Grimer could have killed me there if I didn't use that Defender, because they can attack for 1 energy for 10 damage, which is all the health I had. So it's a good thing I used that. So that's badge number 7. Now we get to go do the fighting gym that we talked about earlier. And then we're on to the Elite Four. Yeah, this has been a fantastic run. We are definitely ahead of schedule currently.
Well, you never know with this run.
Yeah, the end can be truly horrible. Sometimes, like this game, I said it at the start, it's all RNG, and it's true. Like, literally anything can happen. For that reason, it would be a good... wow, that is awful. No, that was really bad energy draws. It's one of those games where, like, as like a race game, it's very much it's not over until it's over. Oh my lord. Like you could be going into the Elite Four, you know, 5 minutes ahead of your opponent that you're racing in this game, and then lose the race just because of Elite Four RNG. It's can be truly that crazy.
Yeah, it's dependent on so many things, and also you didn't have any extra dog trios there before. I haven't seen if you've gotten any more, so that's one thing that can affect.
Yeah, I haven't looked. You could take time to look at your packs as you open them. This is like really bad.
Yeah, usually you only have time to check the very topmost, like the rare one, but dog trios are uncommon, so you don't really get to see where they are.
Let's do... This is maybe a weird situation where, yeah, I'm gonna computer search for a potion. Not something that you do almost ever, but that's the beauty of a game like this, is that, like, sometimes you just do weird things to get through a run that you've never had to do before. So just lots of improv that happens here. Ooh, drew a potion from Treaders too. Please don't kill me.
Ooh. That's 2 times 20.
Flip tails, please. No!
No, that was close.
Is there anything I can do here? No, there's not. Okay. We're just done. We just have to restart. So you can actually soft reset and continue a duel to manipulate the coin RNG. So like, those 3 coins, if I don't do anything, will always flip in the same order. But if I do anything that causes like RNG to advance, it'll change how those coins fall out. So if I have a trainer card in my hand that would affect that, I can use it, you know, one that generates a coin flip, so that they would have had to coin flip more, and potentially I would have gotten 2 tails there and been able to proceed. This is probably bad. This is very not good.
Yeah, it's going to be 50 damage next turn.
Yeah. Please don't... Oh, potion's great. Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, so this has actually been a... Usually Mitch is pretty straightforward most of the time. This one's been really bad. Because normally you just
defend, that's bad. But you have a plus power.
I have a plus power, which I think will offset...
That will get you over the line.
Just barely. Okay.
Yeah, defenders are annoying because, yeah, they reduce all the damage by 20 after all the effects.
Okay, yeah, we should be pretty safe. Probably. Hopefully.
Wouldn't do bad to use the super potion at this point.
Yeah, that's why we're... Oops. There we go. Now we're definitely safe. Okay, so this will be gym number 8, and we're on to the Elite Four. So the point of this game, most games you're trying to become the champion, yada yada yada. That's technically true in this game, but really what we're trying to do is get the legendary Pokemon cards. You just happen to get the legendary Pokemon cards by becoming the champion. And the legendary cards in this game are the 3 legendary birds, and Dragonite. Dragonite's the 4th of those. So here we have to do another deck switch. Alright, we're doing this with... I normally do it with Articuno, personally. That's just what I tend to like to do. Probably the more normal strategy is to use Steel and Dugong, which is what we're going to do now.
Yeah, that's my go-to, but I think both are good strategies here.
Yeah, the benefit of Articuno, obviously, is that you just draw Articuno and you just get to play out the fight. With Seal, you have to hope you get Dugong. Hope and pray. Luckily, we have 3 Dugongs, so it shouldn't be too hard to get one. but we'll see how it goes. I forgot to take the double colorless energies out again. They don't really help us, so they're kind of just dead cards for the rest of the run. There's a Dugong there, so we kind of need to get up to 30 energy for Dugong to be useful, and this is bad. This is very bad. I think we're pretty dead, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you can draw a potion with Bill, but that's still bad.
Yeah.
Because you need 3 energy for the for Dugong's attack, so
energy removal into Magmar having energy is just pretty much a death sentence, unfortunately.
Yeah, fire Pokemon usually weak against water, but then the legendary ones are not. The legendary birds don't have any weaknesses. So even if you have a water Pokemon that can attack hard, they won't do double damage on those.
Well, we're Magmar'd up here. Jesus. I don't really need to headbutt there, but kind of doesn't really do anything. How are we doing? We have to oak here, it looks like. That's gross. God, we don't even have... Man, this is awful. We're kind of living on a prayer right now. This is not good.
Especially with 2 Moltres.
I think we have to reset that. That's just...
Yeah.
Yep, and that's the sad part about playing Dugong, is that I just didn't draw Dugong. If I had gotten Dugong, the fight is probably free from that point, pretty much. Likely.
Yeah.
But I just didn't draw Dugong, so it's over. Like...
Also, the legendary birds, like, there are 2 types of cards for those. The ordinary cards that you can get from the IRL TCG, and then there's these special versions of those. And those special versions, they all have an ability that activates when they are played. And Moltres' ability is that they will search for the deck for a random number of fire energy cards, which, yeah, is kind of annoying when you're facing them. But it's not the worst one, because Zapdos has the attack one, yeah, where they do 30 damage to a random Pokemon. It can be any Pokemon on the field, including their own, and that's a very tough fight, because we use Diglett, and Diglett only has 30 HP, so the opponent can just randomly knock you out without you even getting a chance to play anything.
Yep, I've literally, on many runs, I have gotten turn 1 Zapdos, kill my Diglett, reset. It is just sad, unfortunately. But that's the way it goes. We kind of just have to roll with the punches in this run.
Exactly.
Bad things are going to happen to you all the time. So it's great as a marathon run. It can be very rough. It's the rough type of run to... Oh wow, you energy removed me. What a jerk. It's a rough run to do PB attempts in.
Yeah. And because these guys also cheat. That means that if you see that they don't have a bench Pokemon, that means they have one of these legendary birds in their hand because they want to save the effect. And that means you will be screwed after their turn.
Yep. So that was a one-fight detour to Seal and Dugong, and now we're back to our boy Diglett. And Diglett's going to carry us through the rest of the run.
Yeah, good old Diglett.
We do have 2 Dug Trios now, which is more than one, but, you know, we'd hope for more. But we'll make it through. Even just having a second one is such a big boon, though, because it means you're so much less likely to have both your Dug Trios be treasures. Nice. Zapdos hit them. So yeah, now we're kind of just hoping here. We're big hoping because we can't. I mentioned this earlier, but we can't damage things that are resistant to fighting with Diglett. We need Dugtrio. So we're kind of just waiting now, which is unfortunate. Use some energy removals to buy us some time.
Yeah, they don't have their weaknesses, but they do have the resistance
Yep.
to fighting.
This is just sad. Like, I should probably reset this.
I think Zapdos is going to attack now.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do Big Thunder, but they attack their own bench.
that's funny. We're gonna reset it anyway
But
because
yeah.
we just didn't get a Dugtrio.
The Dugtrio was somewhere there.
Alright. Yeah, we also didn't draw any of our card draw. We didn't draw any Oaks, we didn't draw any Gamblers. Nice. Hit itself. That's fantastic. And then it hit us.
And that.
Less fantastic.
Yeah, they have 2 and 2 of those Zapdos, so.
Yep. Yeah, so kind of a lot of the length of these fights is, do they draw their legendary birds, and how many of their legendary birds do they draw? Alright, we got Computer Search, which means that we can force ourselves a Dugtrio. That's another card we'd like to see a lot early in the run, is getting a couple extra... Man, get out of here. Get out of here. Can we... maybe we can... I don't know if this works, to be honest with you.
Defender, yeah, you can use it because...
I could do Defender, there's Dugtrio.
yeah, that works
we can
too.
do
Yeah.
Oh, I can't evolve it this turn.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, I didn't attack either.
But it could affect that RNG.
Okay.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping, is that... So that was one of the times where we can manipulate RNG, like I was talking about earlier. Okay, so we can energy removal you, I guess. There's not really much of a reason to do that. Alright, so we're gonna play Dugtrio and then our Gambler. Nice, we hit the heads there, which allows us to draw 8 cards. We can't attack this turn, but we'd still need another fighting energy. But Gambler, it's a trainer card that you flip a coin. If you roll heads, you draw 8 cards. If you roll tails, you draw 1.
Yeah, and you shuffle your whole hand to your deck, so it's really a gamble.
Yep,
But when it works, it's good.
Yeah, we do what we gotta do here. Alright. Fantastic. The problem with these birds is they resist fighting. So yeah, we're just... Even Earthquake only does 40 damage, so the birds generally take 3 turns to kill, which is unfortunate. But now that we have Dugtrio out on the field, odds are pretty good that we should be fine. I'm gonna energy removal you
That's good.
just to be safe. Okay.
And Dugtrio is still resistant to lightning, so yeah, also their attacks are reduced by 30.
Yep. So yeah, from this point on, yeah, we'll just one-shot the rest of the Pokemon, and we'll be done with Steve and on to Jack. They will still try it. So generally, if something can't do damage to you, it won't even try. It'll just pass its turn. But if it has a status effect associated with the attack, it'll still try. So Electabuzz just did 0 damage to us, but he still tried to attack because he could paralyze us. Luckily, he didn't.
Yeah, then there's Jack. Jack has an Articuno. Articuno also has one of those Poké Powers where when it's put into play, they flip a coin, and if it's heads, then our active Pokemon is paralyzed.
Yeah, you hate to see it. Okay, so we can do this, and then we can, I guess we'll just computer search now. And to Dugtrio, we'll greed here and see if we can wait a turn in case
This
of
is a
paralyze.
race.
Alright, well, we're kind of screwed. We'll just evolve now. We still can't hurt it because we don't have 4 energy. Slash doesn't do... It does do enough damage. It can do 10, like, but it's... Yeah, 10 damage at a time is kind of, like, not even worth the animation time. What if we reset? And...
No, resets after the...
Oh, it resets after for these, right?
Yeah.
You can't do that
You can
with Gambler.
reset, like, if you reset right when the coin lands, then you can
I was
go
too
back
slow.
to the time before.
Okay, there's the fighting energy we need. Yeah. So yeah, sometimes you'll do that where you'll, when an enemy like attacks, you'll like, and rolls heads, you'll like reset. But with trainer cards, it's pretty fast, so you gotta be quick, and I was just too slow. Yep, there's the power we were talking about earlier. Oh no, that's disaster actually.
You still need something else to...
I need...
Defender gives you like a lifeline.
Yeah. So we can full heal. I really wanted plus power.
But you have super potion, so that's good.
I think we're gonna defender this turn. And then super potion next turn maybe? Oh, didn't even need it. Okay. That worked out. That was really sketchy.
Yeah, those are scary.
I'm just gonna use this now. I think he put Lapras down. Yeah, what a jerk.
Lapras is annoying because there's 80 HP and we do 70 damage, so...
Yep.
And another Articuno!
Yeah. Oh, we got plus power. And we have a full heal. Okay, that's fantastic.
That's great.
Means we can, with plus power, we get to 1 turn Earthquake kill. Now we have to sit through Articuno though, which is 3 turns of me just clicking Earthquake.
And hope they don't put anything on the bench.
Yep.
Well, you'd have 2 prizes, so it's only 1 more Pokemon if they... But they didn't.
They didn't, so we're through. Alright. So we're on to Rod, the final of the Elite Four. Grandmaster Rod. No Dug Trio, which is unfortunate, but we did go first.
Just Bell.
Yeah, I'll dig here. Dang you, Scratch being colorless. Ooh, plus power. We'll probably just use that so we can kill this turn.
Yeah, because it could do 30 damage on the next turn, so...
I guess we have a potion.
And an energy removal.
And an energy removal. Oh, that was a full heal. That was not the right card. We can Pokeball here. If it rolls heads, we can draw a Pokemon from our deck, which means we can go get our boy Dug Trio. And we do have a fighting energy.
The Dragonite also has a play effect, which heals all of its Pokemon by 20. But we will be seeing that much less in this one because, yeah, it's a 3rd stage evolution, so you need to first evolve a Dratini into a Dragonair and then Dragonair into Dragonite.
Yep.
So it's not usually a problem here.
That was a good Rod fight.
That was a very good Rod.
Alright, so that's the end of the Elite Four, and now we have to fight the champion, our rival. Who would have guessed this happened in a Pokemon game? Crazy. So this is the final fight of the game. We're gonna hope that Ron is nice to us, and we can finish this out pretty clean. But yeah, we're getting relatively close here. Time isn't at the end of the fight. We have to go kind of like a lot of Pokemon games. We kind of walk up to the end and like talk to the computer, and it's going to be a similar thing here. So we've got some time after the fight ends.
Yeah. Ronald is kind of, in a sense, harder, but still quite easy compared to the rest of the gang because, well, he likes to use all of those legendary Pokemon, and that makes his deck very colorful, and it's hard for him to get enough energy to attack. And yeah, also big Pokemon that need a lot of energy. Moltres is kind of the best for that because of the ability that allows them to draw extra fire cards, but we have Dugtrio.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have the energy to Earthquake yet, but Oak will kind of solve that for us. Alright, now we click the Earthquake button, and honestly, it should be pretty hard to lose at this point.
Yeah. This is going to be a good time if nothing happens.
Yeah. Very good. I mean, honestly, okay, they put something down. We almost just ended the fight on our next turn.
Depends on the last Pokemon on the bench. It's an Eevee, yeah.
No, this is Dodgertini. This is, unfortunately, they might just send out a basic Pokemon every single turn. They tail wag.
Oh yeah,
so...
Eevee has tail wag, which is they flip a coin, and if it's a heads, then we can't attack.
Ooh, Dragonair is unfortunate. Okay, they roll tails.
I think these lambs are like, they are programmed to miss every time. I think I've never had like a full 60 damage slam from these guys.
Plus power was huge there, which lets us one turn the Dragonair. Don't roll heads. Unfortunate. We're kind of just waiting to not roll. Oh, he got 2 energy, so it quick attacked instead. That's actually huge. So that's it. That's the end of the last fight of the game. We're getting relatively close on time.
That's a very good time.
Yeah, this is an incredibly good marathon time. It's only going to be a couple minutes behind my PB, which for this game is crazy. So time is after we finish getting all of the legendary Pokemon cards here, and it fades to white. So I'll let you know in just a moment when that happens. But yeah, thanks for joining me, Yape. This is a great run. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is fun, even though it can be very frustrating when training. It's fun to show off.
Here we go, and time.
That's great.
That was fantastic. Oh, that was a really good run. I'm super pleased with how that went.
And
that
something. And adding the 8 minutes from the tutorial, that's 1:14.
Yeah.
28.
Yep, 1:14:28. That's crazy. Like I said, that's about two minutes behind my PB, which is fantastic for this game for a marathon. Actually insane. So I really couldn't be happier. And yeah, I'm glad I got a chance to show this off. You know, if you like trading card games, if you like old games, if you like Pokemon games, you know, give this game a shot. It's a fun little time. As long as you're not like super focused on speedrunning it for PBs, you know, unless you're into that sort of thing, you know, then go for it. But for just to have a run that you can just kind of like bang out, this is a good one. It's really easy to learn. I did a playthrough of this game, you know, once I got assigned it for Speedromizer. I had never played it before. I did a playthrough, and then I hit up Yape, and Yape sent me the notes for the run, and I just took the notes. It's a 3-page Word document, and I just did a run with it, just blind, essentially. I just didn't look anything up, didn't do anything. I just followed the notes, and I was able to finish a run in under 3 hours, which for a first run with no practice is pretty good. And then, yeah,
it is.
With just a few tips, I cut my time in over half very quickly, and then just over time we slowly lowered it down to here. So I can definitely recommend it as like as an easy run to pick up if anybody would like to give it a shot. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all for me. You know, I'm Jaegan. I don't really stream. I'll stream speedrun stuff when I do it. which maybe I'll do more in the future now. This was my first speedrun ever. I'd never done any sort of speedrunning. I've been watching it for years and years, but I'd never taken the time to do it myself. So maybe I'll do, more stuff in the future. I'll definitely, if nothing else, sign up for future Speedromizer events and pick up games that way. So, if you want to see more of me, you probably will in the future at some point, as long as you're around. So, yeah, I think that's all for me. You have anything you want to say, Yape?
Not really, yeah. I also recommend this for a novice speedrunner. This is a very good game for that. It gives you the good feelings and also the bad feelings. very, very, very varied run, and yeah. I think we're ready for the next one, which is my run.
Yeah, you're up next. Love to see you. I'll be there in the chat cheering you on. Good luck.
Great.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Well, this has been a great run from you, and you finished it very quickly too, which means that we're now 40 minutes ahead of schedule, which is one of two stakes that Speedromizer is perpetually in, either 40 minutes ahead or behind schedule, never zero. Close to it. Anyways, since you two don't have anything more to say, I guess we go to the break screen?
Yep. Thanks everyone for having us.
Alright, Mike, take us to the break screen. Alright, welcome everyone back to Speedromizer 8, where what you submit is not what you run. Now, we were a bit quick with how fast we finished the previous run, right? Pokemon trading card run. Of course, Dragon, a game about a dragon, is up next, but because of how fast we were this time, because we are now about 30 minutes ahead, all the setup, all the tech checking and all the setup for it is actually happening only now, only right now. So we got plenty of time to spend during the break, during this here break. Chat, I cracked open a few cold ones for this hosting shift, because I just happened to have them lying around. And as I take a sip from this can of beer, I shall tell you about QMUNITY, which is an LGBTQ charity in British Columbia that has helped over 13,000 people per year in 2022. And did you know that they have a bunch of that they do a bunch of things, like they even have an employment program that they launched in 2022. And I can tell you all these things and drag this explanation out because of how much time we have. Anyways, if you want to donate, Nightbot just posted a link like a few minutes ago. Probably during my explanation. You can click on that and donate to QMUNITY, which is the preferred way of donating. Of course, subscriptions also go to QMUNITY, but those get taxed and Twitch takes a cut from those. But if you donate directly through speedromizer.live/donate, those donations do not get taxed, and Twitch does not take a cut from those. Chat, what do you think the next game is going to be about? Just what kind of game could the next game possibly be? Well, yeah. Dragons. I'm not sure. Foxes? That seems like we're going in the right direction. I don't know. I just can't figure out what the game's gonna be about. Alright. And of course, right. Well, the tech setup looks like it's ready, so now we just wait for the runner to get back, and then we're already ready for the next game. Which is of course going to be way ahead of schedule. So this runner's gonna have plenty of time. Which is what we love to see. So chances are, our runner's gonna finish a bit early. And we're gonna be even more ahead.